Hey guys, today we talk about DuitNow and myNEWS as well as SAM engineering. So anyway, let's start with DuitNow. And I think this is a news that everybody knows about, but maybe we just run through what's happening roughly. Long story short, they're going to now charge people for fund transfers. One of the fun parts about DuitNow was that it was free, but it's not so free now.
Yeah, I think before that they initially wanted to charge, but once COVID hit right in 2020, that's where they actually paused this transaction fee. Actually, this fees is actually due to re-emerge anytime soon. It's just that they just delayed only. And then the people thought that, oh, actually, why are you charging now? I mean, it's free all the time. Why not just like put it free? And then what about these micro businesses? What are us traders? Yeah,
That's
so
right.
they start to like make noise. But technically speaking, they should have leave the wave of this transaction fee much more earlier. Yeah, if not, people start to complain. But anyways,
this sounds like a T20 problem. Right? Because how many times do you have a fund transfer of above 5,000?
Oh, yeah, you can say that lah. But it's a 50 cent fee transfer for this 5,000 ringgit above 5,000. That is just the one part only. The other part, if let's say you're a merchant, right, you will actually get charged about 0.25% of the transaction value from current or saving account. And then if let's say you are transferring using credit card, it's 0.5% fee.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's actually quite a big change.
That is pretty tough, man.
Yeah, and then people got like complain like, if I sell a 2 ringgit ice cream, does that mean I'm also gonna get charged like 0.25%, something like that?
So, but then you mean this 5,000 does not apply to merchants?
This 5,000 is more for personal. DuitNow QR. Yeah, so there's actually two categories. One is for merchant, and then for the customer, the other is more for personal transaction.
So, but you know, when I go to restaurants, a lot of times, let's say if I do a touch and go or a Maybank QR code, whatever it is, it's to a personal name. Like I go to a kopitiam and then I want to buy my noodles, and then you say, oh, to Ong Sing Ling.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
If it's a personal, then they are smart lor.
But
what if BNM actually watch this?
Yeah, what if BNM
or PIN actually?
Yeah. But another question I have is also, what if I split up my payments all below 5,000 ringgit?
Yep.
So
you can actually maybe transfer 4,999.99.
Yeah. And then wait for 15 minutes to transfer another one. Right? Who knows? But this is why a lot of people are saying that the T20s were complaining, right? At 0.5%.
Actually, everyone, T20, B40, M40, everyone. Because it's not free, ma. So so the main thing is actually not discharging, but then more on how much they will actually make from this transaction.
I think that's the interesting bit.
Yeah. So if you didn't know, once they get these payments, right, it's actually going to be distributed between PayNet, some banks who is actually a shareholder of PayNet, and then also some of the third-party acquirers. So we actually did run some numbers thanks to our research team who actually shared this information with us. So if you can get this payment system data from BNM's website, or actually DOSM, they actually can show you that what is each of these transaction value and volume for this particular year. So you can see RPP is more on DuitNow and all those stuff. And you can see the number is actually growing quite aggressive. Like people are start to adopting cashless payment instead of just using like interbank transfer and whatnot. So I can see the number is growing, as well as the value also, I believe, is growing quite fast also lah. So that is one that is pretty good. Yeah,
this is a classic case of, give it free first, get people to enjoy, get people addicted, get people hooked onto it, and then you charge.
Yeah.
Right?
The network effect, you want to tie people inside the ecosystem first.
Yeah, and mind you, there is no alternative.
Yeah.
Right. So it gets you to wonder, why not just do it from the start? But anyways.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So this is just the rough calculation. There's actually 3 scenarios. I'm not going to put like the one scenario where the 100% of the 0.25% fee that they're going to charge. Of course, there's also like 0.5% for credit card. But let's just, for simple sake, we just put 0.25% fee. And assuming they can have like this 100% of this transaction value, they get some money, right? They can essentially make about like I think this is billion. Yeah, 7.6 billion, which is quite a big chunk of revenue for them.
Well, the free trial is over.
Yeah. But then if let's say you reduce the percentage, right, 50%, 10%, then the number gets lower lah. But I think it's good. I'm not sure. I'm not going to speculate much also. Yeah, but that's just the numbers that you can roughly get that they can potentially make.
Yeah, this is a very Visa, Mastercard like company in that sense.
Correct.
Right. Everybody has to do it now. Everybody has to do it, has to use that service, and they're just charging whatever is in the middle.
Yeah, and the thing is, they're not only doing now, there's actually other payment gateway providers. So for example, like I think Big Pay is by AirAsia, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they're also using that. And then Settle also is another one.
It's only have to split between several parties. So these few parties came together, act as one for the whole country, and then everyone benefits.
Yes.
That's what I see.
Correct. So yeah, that's the number roughly you can get. Yeah, and that's it for DuitNow.
That's it. Let us know what do you think of the DuitNow news in the comment section. Speaking of news, we have myNEWS. Recently up quite a bit, almost 30%. Context is it hasn't been doing well for a very long time actually.
Yeah.
A lot of it was because they had this idea of going into CU Mart. They've already obviously opened a few stores. And if you guys didn't know the business behind it, to run a business like that, you need to have a central kitchen. And this central kitchen costs money in the form of upkeep, in accounting terms, depreciation. And so this pushed a lot of earnings down for myNEWS. Now, of course, it was a necessary move for them to make, because if they did not, they will be stagnant with myNEWS. And let's be real, if we had a choice between a CU Mart, or Family Mart, or myNEWS, we are picking number 1 and number 2.
Correct.
Definitely not number 3. And so it was a company that had a lot of hopes for a lot of people, but unfortunately, it has not done well the past 2 years. Even on a 1 year basis, you are looking at maybe slightly up. Not a big amount, not where they want to be, obviously.
Yes.
If you look at your 7-Elevens, and even if you carve out from QL whatever Family Mart is, it's worth more than $1 billion, right? Market cap, and yet here we are, myNEWS only having 412.69.
Yeah. What's
million.
interesting is that they are trying to do a lot of new strategies, which I'm going to share later in a later slide.
Yes.
Not only just focusing on CU and the myNEWS, which is the go and grab food kind of like convenience style. But yeah, I'll talk a little bit later on that. But recently they just announced their quarterlies, and the losses are actually shrinking quite a bit, which is a pretty good sign that right now everything is going smoothly. In-store sales is going to improve, and then also the cost also, they kind of like rationalize their expansion also, and also they cut down a lot of like inefficiencies in the production. So that is pretty good, which helped them to kind of shrink their loss.
So this is what we call a gestation period, right?
Yeah.
And this was what a lot of myNEWS bulls were saying. They were saying you guys need to be patient, basically.
Yeah.
But it takes time. Family Mart took at least 2 years based on our research to start
to see some meaningful money coming in. Yeah.
So that's why. But I think the difference is that with QL Resources own Family Mart, whatever losses they made from Family Mart didn't really impact the bottom line.
Yes.
Because they still have your surimi, those fish-based business and all that.
Yeah.
And those are a lot bigger, and they are in some ways even able to control the cost when they supply these foods to Family Mart.
Yep.
So it didn't really impact the bottom line, right? And it's not like a crazy big bet in the same way that it is for myNEWS. Right? myNEWS had to take, I believe they had to take loan. They did some rights issues.
Private placement.
Raise fund. Basically, they diluted shareholders for this. And so their bet is bigger and it's more visible. So any changes will be able to be observed in the P&L. And as a result, that's why you get a lot more volatility compared to QL.
Yes.
But yeah, I think it went up because people are starting to feel that, the future is a bit brighter now. Right?
Yep. So one, of course, is the revenue going up because of these in-store sales. Outlets also, they are expanding more of outlets. And then also, not only that, is that their other store, which is located in the airport, the WH Smith outlet sales also improved because there's more people starting to travel. I travel a lot. I myself also did travel. And now we have about 430 myNEWS CVS, 132 CU, 31 super value. Now this super value is interesting because they are trying to turn this from just a go and grab convenience store to now like a mini mart. Their concept. So it's akin to your 99 Speed Mart,
Yes.
akin to your KK Mart. Yeah. So they are actually converting some of their myNEWS CVS into this super value.
Right.
Yeah. And they are going to do a lot of renovation work. So another thing is that they are still quite optimistic in terms of their expansion. They're going to be adding another 70 to 100 stores in financial year end 2024. So right now, I believe they have about 612 if you calculate. Is it 600? Sorry, 562, 560. Yeah, around 600 plus stores right now on hand. They're going to double it up. Make another 600 to 700 stores in next year. So that is pretty optimistic. And if you can recall, they actually did raise a PP to pay their working capital and also some of the capex for this super value concept store. And you know who took out the most of the PP?
Johari,
Mr. Johari.
Our famous politician.
Yes, correct. But so far there's actually not much of an major improvement or boardroom changes because of him. So far is according to myNEWS, he just came in to help maybe some of these information that he have on hand maybe can help to improve.
I think it's also the other stakes and companies that Johari owns that can have some sort of
synergy.
You guys can put one and one together. So
yes, exactly. And he also did collect some of the stakes, 7 million stakes off market.
If you guys want to pursue the research further, you can look at Coop Holdings and CI Holdings, how they can work together with myNEWS. I think you can get clues there.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, that's the
Coop Malaysia, sorry, not Coop Holdings.
That's the PP side of things. So the final comment is that not only that they're actually making losses, but they actually are right now rewarding shareholders.
Yes.
Yeah, with a
right.
0.5 cent. Yeah. Cash flow right now, I think they can survive. That's why they want to reward shareholders who actually has been with them for quite some time. And then, but the one thing about their super value concept store is that they're going to be competing with 99 Speed Mart and KK Mart.
That's right.
Yeah, so which is going to be a pretty
I think the key thing for myNEWS right now is to figure out when is the right time to stop the spending. I think that's very key.
Yeah.
Because if they assess they can overtake and do better than 99 Speed Mart, KK Mart, then by all means continue to spend and dominate.
Yeah.
But at some point they have to really observe, right? Are they really taking market share? Are people really preferring super value compared to 99 Speed Mart? And if the answer is no, and if it's going to be hard to offer lower prices,
correct,
more options, whatever, then it's best to just pause and let the cash flow increase and then build up the balance sheet.
Yeah. Hence the third comment, which is whether is this expansion good move. Yeah. So that we'll never know. Anyways,
last bit would be SAM Engineering, a very well-run company. A lot of people don't know this is a Singapore-owned company as well, Temasek. Suddenly, there was compared to the past year, a pretty big dump, right? 8% in one go.
Correct.
And it's $1 billion company, so there's like 200 million. In
just like
value
2 days,
loss
2 days. Yeah.
Very, very quickly.
Yeah, and the reason is because they are gonna be buying this new company called Aviatron for about 203 million. So if you don't know, Aviatron is basically the sole manufacturer for these nacelle beams for Boeing and Airbus, and it's actually a related party transaction because the major shareholder, the Singapore Aerospace Manufacturing, the SAMPL, also kind of like own this Aviatron. So they're actually just buying from them only. But so you need to remember this is a 200 million acquisition in cash. But if you look at their balance sheet, right, they actually don't have a lot of cash. They got a lot of debt. Their net debt of about 504 million. So how are they going to raise fund, right? So that's the catch.
Debt or equity? That's the question.
Correct. So it is equity and it is right issue. That's the reason why the share price actually dumped. They're going to be doing a 1 to 4 rights issue at the issue price of about 4 ringgit.
So it's about 20% of the market value.
And they're going to be raising 557. Now, keep in mind that just now the purchase value is about 203, right? So it's a big fundraising. One is to obviously to buy the Aviatron. The second one is actually to pay these vendors advances together with some of these interest accrued. So this vendor is actually SEM PL, the major shareholder of SEM Engineering, and also to pay down some of the loans that they have on hand, the 500 billion net debt. So that is about it for this right issue. And the flip side is that their downline is going to be improving quite a bit. So usually right now they're going to be making about like 80 million to 90 million ish. But with this acquisition, right, their bottom line is going to bump up to about 105 million.
So here's the math, right? So they are at about 90 million and they are due to add another 17 odd million, right? According to their projections. See, the issue is there isn't much change on the surface because you have diluted shareholders by 20%, give or take, right?
And your earnings is up about 20%.
Your earnings are up about 20%. So there's really no meaningful change in terms of the calculations that they themselves do. Now, whether they're true or not is we have to see. However, the question is, why did they buy these nacelle beam guys? Right? We would have to look at the other side. Why were they willing to sell to SEM Engineering?
Yes.
Who is actually benefiting? Is this an offload to SEM Engineering? Or is this a genuine attempt by SEM Engineering to strengthen their position with the acquisition? I think that would be a big question. And certainly if there are any experts in aviation, let us know in the comments. But it does seem like it's the second one, strengthen SEM's engineering position, because I mean,
it's complementary to what they're doing right now.
And then they're the only one, right? That service to Airbus and Boeing.
Correct.
So they are, in that sense, increasing the bargaining power, maybe.
Yeah, could be. It could be. And if you want to know what is Aviatron's financial, they also did provide in these company filings in Bursa Malaysia. So if you look at the recent one, they are making about like 4.9 million. But previously, if let's say before the pre-pandemic, they're actually making about 24 million, which is actually quite a huge chunk if assuming everything is back to normal already. And also, I think Boeing and Airbus did want to build more planes, so most likely SEM will be benefiting from this as well.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, so I did some rough calculation. If let's say the best case actually happened, Aviatron's profit is back to financial 2019.
Is adding about another 20 million.
Correct, 20 million. So you're looking at a consolidated profit about like 104 million, and which in turn, if you look at the PE, at the share price of like 30th of September, you're looking at 23 times, which is okay. I mean, if you compare with other I don't know, like tech companies, OSAT companies, they are all trading, I think, quite more expensive. Yeah. So I'm not sure whether this is fair value, undervalue, or overvalue. Yeah, this one is, you guys need to figure it out yourself lah. But this is just the number that I've calculated for SEM. Yeah. And that's about it.
That's it, guys. This is an update for our September returns. It has increased a little bit, from I think 15% to nearly about 17.5% over, I think it's a 1 year, 1 month anniversary.
Yep.
Doing pretty decent catalyst portfolio as well. If you want to know what FIRL Pro is about, long story short, if you want to shortcut your research when it comes to finding potential investments, hop onto our FIRL Pro program. And we have a 10-day refund period, right? So within 10 days, you hop onto it, you read the reports, you don't think that useful, you can just send us an email. We will return the money within the month. If you write to us within 10 days, no questions asked. If you want to get a sense of what the reports look like, head over to our free sample section, or can be found in the comment section and description. Get a taste, see if you like it or not. But whether you like it or not, thanks for staying all the way until the end. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye.